Hello there. Oh, let's do that. Camera seems off. Hold on just a second. Let me tilt it a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. So welcome back. I am Carol Crafty Grandma, and today we are doing part 3 of... I have garbage here. Sorry. I did a project since last time we've seen each other. So we are doing part 3 of the Splitting Hairs Table Runner. And this is from a book called Quilts You Can Make in a Day. So far we've spent a total of 4 hours on this project. So depends on what you want to call a day. It's probably going to take us another 4 hours to get it done, which is technically an 8-hour day. So you could call it 8 hours. Behind us here is where we are at so far. We have 8 strips across, and we have them all joined. The thing I didn't read correctly in the directions when we did this the other day was that I was supposed to put the strip on the top and the bottom in addition to in the middle. So the first thing we're going to be doing is adding the top and bottom to all of these strips. So I'm going to take them off the wall. Sorry, I need these. There are 8, so I need 16 strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. There we go. Those back there. There we go. And now we're going to take these off the wall in the order that I want to sew them in, so I don't get them mixed up, so I know where my tops, my bottoms are, and all that good stuff. So this is going to be the last one I sew. And I've mentioned on the other parts of this particular series that I happen to be a little ridiculous about wanting things to be exactly where I saw them at the last time. If you don't care, feel free to mix them all up and do whatever you want. I just really like to be able to lay things out and then put them back where I think they should go. All right. So now we are in order from top to bottom. And we're going to go over to the sewing machine. Let me get rid of this first. There we go. All right, so just like I had those extra pieces of fabric sitting on my table, last time we were together, since the last time we were together, I did a project. So I switched out my thread. I'm going to need to switch it back. And it was just hemming some curtains, so I'm not going to bother changing out my needle. I didn't do that. There was 2 panels of curtains, so there really wasn't that much that I did. So I'm comfortable keeping my needle the same. Obviously, if I had done a larger project or something like that, I would be changing out my needle, but I feel comfortable that we really didn't. It was standard fabric. It wasn't anything special, so I'm sure my needle did not get damaged all that much in the process. All right, so now we've got our bright white thread because we're sewing with bright white fabric. go. I'm going to drop my stitch length down to 1.5 on my machine. I don't remember what that is on a standard machine, on a US machine. So now we're just going to sew the top and the bottom. Oh, feeder fabric. Oh, no scissors sitting here. There they are. I'm going to need quite a few of these. Set it so it stops and needle down. There we go. All right. I'm going to make sure that this is my top. I'm going to set this off to the side and make sure that we keep the top on the top so I don't get anything mixed up. All right. Next one. I know I mentioned in other parts of this series, if you have a piece of fabric that has a scalloped cut to it, you want to match up the top edge of your straight fabric with the inside, so the bottom of the V of the scalloped edge. 6, 7, and 8. All right. That should be good for now. We are going to need more. I've got some other pieces over there I can use. All right, halfway done. almost there. One more strip. All right, 8 strips done. Top and bottom. Woohoo! All right, my trimming scissors. Trim off our feeder fabric. All right, feeder fabric cut. Woohoo. Now, pressing. So, top. Normally we do not press to white fabric, but the other fabric we have the option to press to has seams in it, and we always try and press, so there's these 2 seams here, and there's no seams on this strip. So we're going to press towards the strip. What size needles are these? Those are big. I didn't know I had knitting needles sitting right there. They've been there forever and I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. Okay. Press this side. There we go. Go. I don't think that's the right way, because those two would be next to each other. And if it was the right way, then I've changed my mind. I have fuzz all over my shirt already. Barely been in here 3 minutes, well, 25 minutes. I have pieces of fabric all over this shirt. That's what I get for wearing a dark shirt when I'm working on a light colored fabric quilt. There's an awful lot of racket going on outside my window today. Usually it's just the garbage trucks driving by, but it seems like something else is going on out there today. Okay. spaced them out too far. I'm going to run out of room. Here, you sit there for a minute. There we go, and the last strip. There we go. We now have our 8 strips. Correct this time, not like I did them last time where I did them wrong. Now they're done. So next thing to do is to take our little corner pieces and attach them to these strips. And they're going to go in between these strips. So before we do that, I want to look at them and make sure I'm not putting too many like colors next to each other. Zippers. I'm stepping on zippers. All right. No. There we go. So all I'm doing is kind of spacing these out so they're not next to whatever fabric they are, or too close to a fabric color that looks just like it. Nope. Nope. Yep. All right, you bag are going over here. There we go. That shouldn't have been down on the floor. There. Nope, there's two greens next to each other. That would be silly. Two greens next to each other there. Let's do that one. Pink. Yellow. Let's see, how are we doing? One, two, three. No, that can't go there. This. Let's put this down there. All right, I need something for up there. One, two, three, four. Oops. There. One, two, no, not that at the top. Let's put this at the top. We need two in here. And then two right there. All right, I'm going to step away just to look at it, make sure we're not seeing any ridiculous colors stuck together here that we don't like. No, nothing seems to be jumping out at me going, ew. So that's good. All right. So now the catch is to put them together with our white strips and not get them mixed up. Oh, I need that piece of fabric to be feeder fabric because we're going to need a ton of feeder fabric right now. All right. This is number 1. And in this case, I'm not worried about the direction of the fabric. Number 2, because it's such a small piece of fabric that it's not really going to make that much of a difference. This is 3. And 4. There's 2 blues right next to each other, but it didn't look bad when I was standing back, so I'm not going to worry about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. Number 7. Number 8. And number 9. All right, so now we're going to go back to the machine and we're going to put these all together. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Is this light on or off? All right, my light bulb burned out, so hopefully it's a little dark, but okay. Actually, I'm going to put these over here. 1, 2. Oh! 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That way I can chain piece and not worry about as many feeder fabrics as I otherwise would need. Still going to need a bunch of them, but not nearly as many. All right, here we go. So 1, 2, 'So we're just chain piecing all of the little cornerstones, the top cornerstone onto all of the first pieces of white. Come here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go this way. Get our second cornerstone. Match it up. Now, of course, always an option is to use pins. If you're uncomfortable with things moving around, pin them together so you know that they're going to stay straight. All right, now here's the tricky part. We're going to start back at the top, and we want to make sure that we don't mix up the order. So this is our next join. We're not doing any of the little cornerstones that are over on the side here. Those are staying for the time. Now we just have to add another white strip so we can move on to the next coloring. Now, I'm lucky because my white fabric that I'm using for the strips doesn't have a right side or a wrong side, so I don't have to worry about making sure it's the correct direction or anything like that. It's just solid bright white. Okay, next color. Okay, this is my last corner block here. Now we go back up top and do our white strips again. Come on. Oops. There we go. Here's our last white strip. Okay. Doo-doo. don't need that anymore. Okay. Over here we go. And now we have all the strips sewn together. This is the top. Set that there for a minute. No, I'm not. It's not going to stay. So we'll set it there. All right. Let's cut off the feeder fabric. All right, that's the top, that's the bottom. Saying that to myself a few times just to remind myself, so in 5 minutes when I forget, I'll be able to say, it's the top. So, the next thing we have to do is press our seams. But we want to make sure that it's going to fit into the seams that we're going to be matching it up to on here. So all of our seams are pressed to the white strips. No, that's not true. That one I pressed towards that. So it looks like we're going to have to do them individually because it looks like what I did, I shouldn't have done. I should have pressed them all towards the white. Okay, so this is our first one. And so towards our white strip on both of those. And here it's going to be towards the red. I need a pin. And down here at the bottom, it's going to be towards the white. All right, so there's only one spot on this one where I'm going towards the colored fabric. The rest of the time I'm pressing towards the white strip. And the pin I used is a glass head pin, so it will not melt. If you have only the head of your pin is made of plastic, you want to be really, really cautious whenever you use them around irons because they will melt. This one, and this is where the pin is coming in because I've got my pin here. I want to keep it there so I know what I'm doing on that one. But my iron is going to be real close to it, so I want to just make sure that it's not a plastic head pin. That way it won't melt. All right, and now I'm going to take that pin out because I'm going to press that seam. Now down here. Okay. Move you out of the way. I am going to move all of you out of the way. And we're going to get our close-up view here. Okay. So here's our strip, top to bottom. Here is the piece it's going to match up with. And if I put it over the top, this fabric is pressed towards the white, and then this strip has the fabric pressed towards the white. And now what I do is I match up those seams so they're nice and straight. And if you look, you can see there's fabric going up on that side, going down on this side, and then I make sure that the seams butt up against each other, and I put a pin in there. And that is the way we're going to get our seams to be straight. So you're going to do this. Why did I do that wrong? Oh, I did it backwards. So see how both pieces of fabric are going down and both pieces of fabric on either side are going down? I press those seams backwards. That's okay, I can fix it. I'm going to press them open again. And I'm still leaving everything attached because there's no reason to unattach them from each other. There's plenty of room for me to do this. Unpress that one. And then press it towards the white. I'm going to unpress this one. And now press it towards the corner piece. There we go. All right. Back to our close-up. more pins. So now I match up the seams. So they go straight across and they butt up right against each other, and they're going in opposite directions. I'm going to put a pin in. Make sure that I keep the seams even. So you can see that this white from this piece, strip piece here, and the white from there go together. I'm going to do the same thing here. And this is why we wanted to make sure everybody was straight and taut and had lots of sharp edges when we were pressing, because we need to be able to butt everybody together here so that they're nice and flat and straight. Excuse me. Ooh. All right. So now you can kind of see here, this white piece has a little bit more give between those two pins. So if I tighten it, all is good. If I let it go loose, it's not all there. So we're going to need to make sure that we do this nice and taut when we sew it together over on the machine. So let's go over to the machine. Remember not to sew over pins. If you need to, use a chopstick from an Asian restaurant, or I happen to have this thing called a stiletto that allows me to hold the seams together and get closer to the needle without running over my fingers. To the pin. And now this next section is where we had our bubble. So we need to make sure that we keep our fabric nice and taut. Do not pull the fabric or anything like that. Just keep it taut. Tight. Well, whatever word you want to use. All right. Now we've gotten to our next pin. All right, so now we're going to trim off our feeder fabric. And I am going to press everything towards the long strip, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, towards the long strip. There are more seams on the wide strip, and there are less seams on the little strip. So I'm going to press towards the little strip. Let's get some best press on here. Okay, let's go back over here and let's look at this. So as you can see, all 4 pieces of fabric meet at a nice point there. That's what happens when you do the butting the seams correctly. All of the points meet nicely. And down here, I didn't do so well. This red fabric is down. I mean, not much. But you can plainly see that the seams do not completely butt up against each other. But here, we're okay again. And down here, we seem to be fine also. So it was just that one seam. And now the question becomes, is that a tragedy of life? It's not. If someone is looking that closely at your quilt or your table runner or something like that, they're looking for things to nitpick at. Unless, of course, you're competing in a competition, which is, something that everybody can do. Then they are going to be looking at those minute little details. So you want to be cautious there. There we go. We have one of our pieces put together. All right, so it is an hour and a half in, and I'm going to say we're done for today. Because for the continuity of what we're doing, I want to go ahead and do this next time, because we cannot get through all of these in 1 half hour. So we're going to wait till part 4, which means we're going to have a part 5. Because there's no way to get this all done and the borders and quilting it and everything else in a 2-hour stretch. So we're going to say goodbye for today. If you want to work ahead and put the rest of your strips on, go for it. But I am going to hold off and do that next time. So you all have a good day, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whatever little heart thing you need to do, and we'll see y'all again next time.